Welcome back to the Steps to Success YouTube channel. Today, we will be talking about primitive reflexes. In the womb and early life, before the decision-making process is fully developed, the brainstem controls several reflexes known as primitive reflexes. These reflexes are automatic and help with survival during early childhood. Most of these reflexes develop in the womb, and one of their functions is to assist the child in the birthing process. Occupational therapists play a vital role in helping children who have retained primitive reflexes. These reflexes, when not integrated properly, can interfere with the child's development and daily functioning. Occupational therapists assess the presence and impact of these retained reflexes and create individualized treatment plans to help integrate them. Through targeted exercises and activities, therapists work to reduce the influence of these reflexes, allowing children to develop more mature motor patterns and skills. Primitive reflexes are involuntary motor responses triggered by specific stimuli. When these reflexes are not integrated, they can lead to difficulties in various areas, depending on the reflex. Retaining primitive reflexes has been linked to issues such as challenges with gross motor skills, poor fine motor coordination, visual perceptual difficulties, behavioral problems, and underperformance in reading. The asymmetrical tonic neck reflex, or ATNR, typically emerges at birth and integrates around 4 to 6 months of age. When a newborn's head is turned to one side, you'll notice the arm and leg on the side they are looking at will straighten, while the opposite arm and leg will bend. This movement pattern is often referred to as the fencing reflex or bow and arrow reflex because the infant's posture resembles that of a fencer with one arm extended and the other bent. Potential challenges that may be seen in children if the ATNR is not integrated includes difficulty with eye-hand coordination, bilateral coordination, crossing the midline, poor handwriting, awkward pencil grip, difficulty copying from the blackboard, discrepancies between written and spoken performance. Tips and tricks for integration of the ATNR reflex are crossing the midline activities and a marching in place activity where you have the child stand in one spot with their arms straight out in front of them and fingers extended. Ask them to turn their head to the left while keeping their arms out straight, then march in place for 10 steps. After a short rest, have them repeat the exercise with their head turned to the right. You will see this in the video on the following slides. The symmetrical tonic neck reflex, or STNR, typically emerges around 4 to 6 months of age and integrates by around 8 to 12 months. This reflex is a key precursor for crawling and plays a crucial role in developing the ability to adjust focus, known as accommodation. Proper integration of the STNR can help prevent issues like eye fatigue. In the STNR, when a baby is lying on their back in supine position and their head is flexed downward, their arms will bend and their legs will straighten. Conversely, when the baby's head is extended, the arms will straighten and the legs will bend. This movement pattern enables the child to shift their weight toward their lower body and legs, helping them lift their head and focus on distant objects. The STNR is the most noticeable during the pre-crawling stage, when babies often rock back and forth on all fours. This rocking motion helps prepare them for crawling. However, children who have difficulty with STNR may experience delays in crawling or might not crawl at all. Crawling is an important developmental milestone that supports coordination and strength, so addressing any challenges with the STNR can be crucial for a child's overall motor development. Potential challenges that may be seen if STNR is not integrated may include poor muscle tone, eye fatigue, poor eye-hand coordination, a tendency to slump when seated, difficulty sitting at a desk, poor organizational and planning skills. Some tips and tricks for integration of ATNR reflex include activities that involve the child playing on all fours, a prone kinesio ball activity, which includes the child laying on their belly on an exercise ball, and while supporting their trunk, have them roll forward until their hands touch the floor. Scatter various colored and shaped objects around. Ask them to pick up specific colors or shapes and sort them into different piles or place them in a bowl. In the next set of videos, you will see these activities shown. The tonic labyrinthine reflex, or TLR, typically emerges at birth and integrates around 4 to 6 months of age. This reflex involves the vestibular system, which is essential for maintaining balance and orientation. The TLR plays a crucial role in helping infants develop a sense of gravity and spatial awareness. When a baby is placed in a supine position, which is lying on their back, and their head is tilted backward, the TLR triggers a specific response. The baby will arch their back, stiffen their legs, flex their arms, and clench their fist. This reflexive movement helps the baby orient themselves in space and respond to changes in head position. The TLR is an important part of early motor development as it prepares the infant's body for more advanced movements and coordination skills. Proper integration of this reflex is necessary for smooth transition between different positions for the development of postural control. Potential challenges that may be seen if TLR is not integrated include floppiness, poor balance, motion sickness, orientation and spatial difficulties, visual problems, and difficulty judging space and depth. Tips and tricks for integration of the TLR reflex. So, prone ball pushes. While lying face down, the child will try to roll or push a ball back to a partner. This activity requires substantial core and trunk control, along with proper head and neck support. The next one is Superman's, and it's an exercise that would be done in a Superman position, so the child lies on their stomach with arms and legs extended. They lift their arms and legs off the ground, raising their head and chest and holding the position for 10 to 15 seconds. Those activities will be shown on the next 2 slides. The Landau reflex typically emerges around 3 to 4 months of age and integrates between 12 to 20 months. This reflex is observed when a baby is held in a prone position, lying on their belly, with support under the stomach. When this reflex is activated, the extensor muscles throughout the baby's body engage, causing the baby to lift their head, extend their arms and legs, and arch their back, creating a posture similar to an airplane position. The Landau reflex is crucial for inhibiting the tonic labyrinthine reflex, allowing the body to develop better control over their posture. It also bridges the gap to the next stages of development, such as sitting and crawling, by strengthening the muscles needed for these more advanced movements. Some potential challenges if the Landau reflex is not integrated include low muscle tone, poor posture, tension in the back of the legs or toe walking, delayed motor development, weak upper body, short-term memory difficulties, challenges in coordinating movements that involve both upper and lower body parts, low muscle tone in the neck may affect proper stimulation to the prefrontal cortex, causing attention problems. Tips and tricks for integration of the Landau reflex include obstacle courses that include balancing, coordination, and gross motor activities, and a spray bottle target practice activity where you fill a spray bottle with water and have the child knock down targets around the room. This child can shoot at the targets while laying on their stomach, kneeling, standing, or sitting with their legs extended. Targets can be created using a toilet paper roll with a ping pong ball on top or simply pieces of paper.